morning. Welcome. My name is Mr. Rosa. I'm facilitating the class today. I'm a Reentry Mentor here. Like I said, my name is Mr. Rosa. In the streets, they call me Titon, Titon. But yeah, and here informally, everybody want to do things formal here, and I don't have a problem with that. You gotta go wait. That being said, we're gonna do orientation. We're gonna make this as painless as possible. I'm gonna run through all the services. Feel free to ask the questions that you have, and that's basically it. Any questions so far? That being said, congratulations. No one's here mandatory, right?
No, nobody's here mandatory.
Yeah, you can't be here mandatory because it's not a mandatory program. That's one of the reasons why I'm able to do the program with no problem, because I'm not into calling probation officers, parole officers, or none of that, because 3 years ago I was sitting right there. I've been home 3 years and change. I did 21 joints, 13 and 8. My crime was financially motivated. That's why I'm here, because the objective of this program is to try to find you a job or training that leads to a job, and that right there should resolve a lot of our problems and our stress. A lot, not all of them, a lot. The ones that count. Because at the end of the day, without our help, they can't beat us. So the first thing I advise from that work for me is start changing the way you think. If you can conquer yourself, you can conquer everything else around you. Patience, the same type of time that you put in to try to not mess up and catch a new bid if you was up north or wherever, to try to avoid the bullshit to the best of your ability, put that same effort out here. All right. That being said, what would you like to be called? How you learned about the program? What's your expectations? Things of that nature. Whatever you want to share.
My name is Andre John Hope. I like to be called John. And
Yeah, you're good. Sign it.
Yeah, my name is
Sign it
Andre
with-
John
Okay.
Hope.
Paperboard around.
I like to be called John.
Yes.
I heard about the program. I heard about it. I believe it was either a flyer or when I was in Queensboro, when they came in for like the job fair day.
Copy.
What I expect out of this program, I expect, well, this is my second time here. My first time here when I just came out, I basically got a cell phone and a care package. And this is my second time, and what I expect is basically a job, like a long-term connection to the program. And what brought me back is that I went to Apex for technical school, and I seen on the wall that it's funded by FedCap.
All right.
I seen that it's funded by FedCap.
Okay.
So when I seen that, I was like, this place is serious. We funded Apex Technical Institute, so I realized that this will help me as far as getting a career and being able to take care of myself.
No, that's a fact.
So
I didn't even know that it was funding Apex. I work here.
I was surprised. So
But I'm definitely aware of the work they put in all over the United States, even in Canada, in London. It stretched that far.
that's it. Just expecting some career
Definitely.
opportunities.
All right, welcome, man. We're gonna try to make it happen right here. Well, let me rephrase that. We're gonna strive to make that happen. You understand? We ain't trying to do shit. We're gonna make shit happen.
With my input as well, because nothing gonna happen.
That's the whole thing. We can only take you to the water. You're gonna have to drink that on your own. You dig? Like, we could put you in the interview chair, but you gotta sell yourself to the interview. That's all we can do. There ain't no magic here. You gotta put in work. We just gonna be able to put an umbrella over you, saying that this guy's worthy. He went through through the program with us. We making sure that he's stable and to the best of our ability. You know what I mean? So you don't gotta go in there worrying about I got a felony and things of that nature.
That's what I was going to touch on, because I applied for a lot of positions, and when it gets to this Justice Center stage, the Justice Center sent back and saying, we recommend you deny him this opportunity. So hopefully, FedCap will.
That's what that's our specialty, to do our best to eradicate those barriers of of course, we're not gonna put you as a armored truck driver if you robbing people before, you know what I'm saying? That's just not gonna work out. But yeah. Alright, we're gonna do what we got to do here, man. How about you, my brother?
My name is Fergie. I'm Moving G. I learned the program. My cousin work here.
Oh yeah, you Elliot?
Yeah.
That's my guy.
And I'm trying to get my OSHA, so I see that the OSHA done, so that's why I signed up.
Alright. That's what's up. How about you, my brother?
My name is Carlos. I recently got released on last Monday.
Okay.
I came here because I'm trying to look for a career opportunity as well. I have a lot of certificates, but I have a lot of motivation as well right now. And one thing I don't have is a lot of patience. I'm trying to gain that.
Yeah.
And hopefully find it crucial here that you guys give me the opportunity to find a good job placement as well.
I'm glad you said that about motivation and patience, though, real quick. And I'm glad that you acknowledge that, because motivation is a temporary thing. It's important, but you need discipline. You need the discipline. In order to have patience, you have to have discipline. It's all about discipline. How long you did locked up?
2 years.
You utilized patience for that, right?
Yeah.
You could have been in a lot of positions where you were like, I would have knocked this kid's head off, or whatever the case may be, and things of that nature, right? So you gotta sign in. Alright, right. You take it for the rate. So you was the one that was running late from 2/5? You was from 2/5? Well, nah. You good, bro. They ain't gonna make it hot. I would have been made it hot. As long as they ain't catch you out there, you Gucci over here.
I came from wrong.
Wow, someone said you come from 2/5 or some shit. I'm like, he ain't not gonna make it to top. But then you can grab a chick. You good there? Alright, so basically, my bad. So like I was saying to you, discipline, Brody. That's what I've learned with myself. I mean, you know, motivation, we put a big value on it and it's important, but that shit dwindles. When you discipline, you get up and do the shit that you don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? Because
Not only that, also finding a way to, how do you say that word? When you speak, it has to be calculated as well.
That too.
So that way you don't stutter, you don't confuse yourself, you don't confuse the person in front of you as well.
that's a fact.
With the motivation.
Look, that's one of the biggest fears in the United States. I think it's second still, if not first. Public speaking, you know, you gotta practice. You gotta do projection, and exercises. You gotta practice. You know what I'm saying? Everything is about, you know me, coordination and structure, bro. None of this shit is happening by chance. You just seeing a lot of results. That's it, you know. But yeah, this is it goes by steps, man. It's not gonna just happen like that. Rome wasn't built in a day, but you here. How you doing, young lady?
Great. My name is Jessica. I learned about this program through a friend, and I'm able to get a job without worrying about a background check.
Well, like I was telling the guys, that's what we specialize is for you not to have to go in there with that anxiety as far as like, damn, how I'm gonna explain that felony charge or whatever the case may be, or the arrest and things like that. And plus, Miss Brown, she's been ringing that bell, which indicates that she gets people a job a lot. So it's all about you putting in the work. They're gonna send you to do certain things. When you patch in with your transitional coordinator, your case manager, whatever you wanna call it, but over here they call it transitional coordinator. Utilize that as, that's your business manager, you know? That's your business advisor, you know, like to an extent, that's what I like to refer to. They're gonna send you to do certain things that they believe is gonna put you on the right track after you explain to them what it is that you wanna do realistically. And then that's it. And if they not putting things in motion for you, you have the right to be like, yo, what's going on? And speak to a supervisor, to anybody else, like, yo, what's up? I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. But again, like I stress, Rome wasn't built in a day. And you gotta understand that we all human. So a lot of time people run through here saying whatever it is that you want to hear, thinking that you going, I don't care. At the end of the day, I'm just here to help you, but it's up to you to drink the water. You understand what I'm saying? But, you know, they get jaded, especially if they never came from a background. You see, I come from a background, you dig? So I can understand both sides. So they become jaded, they lose. But once you convince them that you're not one of them, that you're serious, and and they'll start digging in those hypothetical drawers for those hypothetical, you know what I'm saying? There was a guy here, job developer, he had a plug with flaggers. He was getting a lady that was putting them people in. He had a bunch of people working. Flaggers is something that a lot of people would love to do. But in the winter, it could get cold.
Yeah.
Dudes didn't dress up, it got bricked this winter. Like 16, 17 people walked off the job.
Excuse me, how you doing?
All right? You very late. Go ahead, sign in right here before they catch you. So that's basically it at the end of the day. That's what we specialize in, making sure you don't gotta go in there with that anxiety as far as like, personally, me, before I even went to this program, the first thing they asked me, tell me about yourself. I just came home, I'm on parole, whatever the case, because I can't deal with that. If the phone gonna ring, I've been to jail for traffic and conspiracy, so they be snatching me out my living room like alien abduction for shit that I did years ago. So that shit PTSD for me. What you wanna be called, Brody?
My name is Ishmael.
What
Call me
you
Ish.
here for? How you got here? How you learned about the program?
Was in prison.
Yeah.
Like design.
You here mandatory?
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's not a mandatory program, but what? Your probation officer told you to come through?
Yeah, whatever.
The regular shit. All right, so I'm just trying to find out because I ain't trying to waste time.
No, I came on my own.
All right, so what you want to get out the program?
I'm trying to get a certificate that they are offering.
Okay, to lead to employment.
So to you soon.
All right, that's basically it. Then.
My card is in there.
Like I tell everybody else before you got here, it's all up to you, bro. Everybody here is gonna put the things in front of you. It's up to you. We're not gonna chase you. We're not gonna do none of that. You don't follow up. We're just gonna push you out, and that's it, and put somebody else in the seat. So don't think you gotta tell me or anybody what it is, what I wanna hear, none of that, because at the end of the day, that's not what we're here for. Dick, like I was telling them, I was sitting there 3 years ago. Been through the whole situation, did 21 joints, 13 and 8. So I don't use that as a badge of honor, so you can understand where we at, Dick. So that's basically it. How about you, my brother? What you wanna be called? Huh?
Yeah.
All right, cool. How you learned about this? What you trying to get out?
On the job.
That's it? So you willing to put in the footwork? All right. I seen you here a couple of days, so I can see that. How about you, my brother? You?
I just couldn't be big. I just got my electricals. I just trying to do it fully so I can start working.
All right. And you?
My name is Roberto. I'm came here for Fortune Society, sent me here. So I'm right now I'm in inpatient program and daily by core. So phase 3 ready to find a job.
Bueno, so llegaste donde tú estás supuesto estar. Si tú estás dispuesto a hacer lo que tú estás supuesto a hacer, that's it.
Gracias.
Al final, that's it. Lo que tú hagas. And I already know your story, but being that sick, I know you personally. That's why I'm pushing with you, because I see that energy. But you can let the fellas know and the young lady know who you are or how you got here.
My name is Seven. I just came home after doing a bid in Holland last week. I'm here just to give as much knowledge as I can so I can have more careers to fall back on. So I just won't be relying on one. And to network with certain individuals who are motivated in doing things with their life. Because networking is the most important thing for me.
All right. How about you, bro?
My name is Kevin. I just came in from the island. Fed Cat came in my crib on the island. I came out and shot up.
All right, B. So, like I said, this is not a mandatory program. Nobody's here chasing nobody around, trying to call parole or probation. Now, if your probation or your parole, if you on it, calls here, then they're gonna answer them questions honestly. Other than that, it's all up to you. Here to help you, and that's that. I'm gonna give you a rundown of the staff on the program, certain requirements for certain skill that training, and again, whatever questions y'all may have in the course of that, just, raise your hand and feel free. So we got the staff right here. Some people are no longer here, but some are. We got a senior director. She be here once in a while. Her name is Mrs. Strada. We have a program director that's always here, Ms. Riley. We have the reentry supervisor, which is Mr. Georges, which is here right now with me. Employment service supervisor, Ms. Wan. We have an intensive case manager, Mr. Diaz, that's the one that's here with us right now. Transitional coordinator, there are a few which y'all will be assigned. When y'all signing for the Metro cards, then ask that person who's your case manager, and that should be on the computer already. You have hard skill facilitators. Mr. Goodwin is one of them at the moment. Sometimes they have different people, but he's the one holding it down. And career development specialist, Mr. Grajales, will help you with interviewing if you need it, resumes, things of that nature. And we have a job developer, Ms. Brown, and then we have Reentry Mentors, which is Elliot, myself, Mr. Ewins, a couple of us. Any questions so far on that?
I didn't hear you. What'd you say your position was?
Reentry Mentor.
Reentry Mentor.
Yeah. And if you like that type of work, you could do that too. So, emergency support. Like I like to say, we do what the block's supposed to do. You came here, they gave you a phone, they gave you a care package and things of that nature. Off the rip, they ain't ask you to let them know if you need anything, so that you could just belittle yourself as a man and start asking, yo, take me shopping, things like that. Automatically, look, we got this like that, because we know what it is that you may need to get ahead for the first couple of days. So those is emergency support. You need an interview, suit, shirt, jacket, shoes, things of that nature. We try to make all of that. We strive to make all of that happen. So therefore, you could get to that interview process as smooth as possible. And from there, it's basically up to you. So those is emergency support. Case management, transitional coordinator, I gave you a rundown basically what they do. You gotta patch in and work with them as best possible. Communication, they're gonna expect punctuality, they're gonna expect, accountability and things like that. If you not coming to an appointment, like I keep stressing, this is not mandatory, it's gonna be highly appreciated when you call and say, I'm not gonna be able to make it on such and such day, and can we reschedule? We're not gonna spank you, we're not gonna reprimand you, we're not gonna do nothing but schedule the situation to the next day available, and that's it. Only thing that's gonna happen is we're gonna appreciate that you took out the time to let us know, so we won't waste that 10-minute grace period waiting for you. And that's the same thing that happens in corporate America. So punctuality, accountability. If you know you're wrong, especially me, I can see you beating me in the head I've done spin the yard so many times and the block, you can't tell me much that I don't really know. So you're not beating me in the head. I might just sit down and act like I believe you and then push you along. If I really, really think that you just doing a mistake and you really trying to do the right thing and you just making the wrong decision, I might call you to the side and tell you, yo, bro, you wild. That's basically it. But I'm always here to help. Any questions so far? We got a computer lab, but it's a bunch of these laptops. You've seen the fella right here, he was using one of them. Sometimes you can't do this work on your phone. So we got a computer lab. We have specialty workshops like parenting class, nurturing parenting class is the name of it. We have an entrepreneurship class that I host. These are 2-day classes. You get a certificate of completion and certain incentives that come along with those. We have a virtual reality program you have to sign up for, but it puts you in different job settings so you can get a feel. If you're gonna be a forklift driver, I don't know exactly if they got that program, but I'm giving you an example. You want to be a forklift driver, they're going to put you in that program. You're going to feel how it is to drive a forklift or a plumber or welding or things of that nature. So you can have a feel if you really want to do that, because the last thing you want to do is come into something that you don't want to be to and then have to rely on that. So I understand that at the beginning we're going to do whatever it is that it takes to, you got to crawl before you walk, but Try to figure out what it is you want to do with your life in the long run. Employment support, job placement retention. Once you get a job, you could come here, let us know you got a job, which we would like to know, and then we're going to put you in a retention program. So 90 days into that job, you're going to bring them pay stub. They're going to give you something in appreciation. Not that we owe it to you, but like, yo, here, take that monthly metro. That goes a lot towards that bread. You know what I'm saying? That means you can pay a phone bill, that's extra $100. And then 90 days, it goes up. They give you movie ticket, they give you gift cards. 6 months, it goes up again. And at the end of the year, if you're still doing what you're supposed to be doing for yourself, then they put a big dinner where they cater, a hall downtown. Last time we was there, 14th Street, something that I have a problem bringing a shorty to. I didn't, but I wouldn't have the problem bringing a shorty to. You understand? So it wasn't no rinky dink. I thought it was gonna be, I ain't gonna lie. I thought it was bullshit. But it was dope. That being said, any questions so far? Mr. G, you would like to say something?
Okay, to qualify, we also have an eye-to-eye program, which is the internship program. So our internship program encompasses 4 days of interview prep, in which we guide you through how to interview all the different things. On that 5th